Crazy Town. Joe Biden's economic approach is working. Roll it, G.
I want to welcome the president to be here with us in Bay City, Michigan, where things are happening. We are, of course, celebrating Michigan's manufacturing growth and economic momentum, bolstered by the game-changing bills that President Biden signed into law. The Inflation Reduction Act will lower costs, and thanks to leaders like President Biden, we are a hub of manufacturing and a magnet for bipartisan progress.
It is my great honor to introduce you, the President of the United States, Joe Biden.
Hello, Michigan. Hello. I tell you what, my mom's looking down from heaven saying, apologize to these people because you have their back to them. I apologize. Jeff, thank you, Jeffrey, for your introduction. I really mean it. It's a big deal. And you're a big guy. As I told you, if I had you running in front of me when I was playing flankerback, I could have been an All-American, man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, could have been big. Could have been big. Governor Whitmer, thanks for inviting me back to Michigan. You stood for jobs. You stood for dignity. You stood for the American worker. You stood up for women's fundamental rights. And it's not a small item. It's a significant item. And Representative Slotkin came up on the plane with me. Is she here today? There you are.
She came on the plane.
I love her. I'm very careful with her because she's former CIA. And I'm really worried. Yeah.
Oh, should be.
Wow, what a surprise.
Good to see
CIA.
you. We're talking that way, but thank you very, very much. And I told Jeffrey that I went to a school that had these colors. You guys recognize these colors? Well, my college football coach played at Michigan, and he he made to the Hall of Fame as a coach. And the thing was that here's what he did. Do I have to admit his front end? I told this to Kildee on the way up. We stole Michigan's uniforms. Many of you are state folks. Just remember. For all of you looking at the tie, it's Delaware, okay? For you from the University of Michigan, it's Michigan. I recently got back from a trip literally around the world. You know that around the world in 80 days? Well, I did it in 6. I started off in Egypt and ended up in Guam and coming on home. And I had a long meeting with Xi Jinping at the G20. We have met for over 80 hours over the last 10 years. We know each other well. He's a little upset that we're deciding we're going to once again be, and so are European friends. They're talking about the supply chain. We're going to be the supply chain. The difference is going to be we're going to make that supply chain available to the rest of the world, but we're not going to be held hostage anymore. The key parts of the supply chain back to America as well. Think about it. 10 years ago, how many of you knew what the hell the supply chain was? They couldn't get the computer chips.
Because everybody's stupid.
They couldn't make the automobiles, so the price of the few automobiles that are being made went way up. They had to shut down. It's a phrase when I started talking about supply chain, people are going, supply. No reason why they should have been. It's not because they weren't smart. We didn't have to rely on the rest of the world. We led the world. We invented the chip in America. We invented the chip in America.
Potato chip.
And we got lazy. We could change this country. We used to. One of my staff is, anybody's tired of hearing me saying, what the hell is what's going on? No, I'm serious. Think about it. Back in July, when the chairman of SK, who's here today, came to the White House, we talked about a $50 billion investment SK is making in the United States. At the time, they wouldn't let me come down from the 3rd floor because I was exposed to COVID. I didn't have it yet, but they were worried about me exposing other people. And so, as he said, it was like Alice in Wonderland. I'm up on the 3rd floor in that balcony and waving to the chairman of SK saying, you are coming, aren't you? You are coming, aren't you? Now the United States has a top destination for companies across the globe looking to make investments in manufacturing again. They see what I see, what you see. We passed the American Rescue Plan. We did so much, no one knows the effects of it yet. They're just coming into play. It's going to accelerate in the months ahead, and so many things are going to find out what we've already done that we haven't been able to actually implement yet. What
sentence was that?
Wait.
I ordered the largest ever release from the petroleum reserve, 180 million barrels of oil.
Don't brag about that.
That helped put downward pressure on price because we're producing more gasoline. And because of our policies, gas prices are coming down. Exports is up. Are up.
Two guys on the bottom.
Great American road trip would be fully electrified, where your driving costs along the I-10 or I-75 from here to Michigan. But we're laser focused on this. I promise you, we're laser focused on this. My approach to building the economy of the future is working, and that's not a joke. I mean it. Come on, man. I'm serious. No, I'm serious. That's not a joke. That's a fact. That's a fact.